Greetings, beautiful people, and welcome back. This is Nazan in Marashian, Love and Heart Art. Today's sharing is all about love. Love is my most favorite topic. It is my business name and my path into empowerment and self-development through the recognition of love within myself and also the transmission of love and the transmutation of all that is not love into love, and how that has really changed my life 360 degrees and launched me into where I am at this moment in time as I am speaking to you. Love is a verb. It's something we do. Love is the expression of divine creation. Love is the most powerful and highest vibration in the universe. It is through love that we are born, and it is with love that we return to source. Love is fundamentally the essence of what we are. Being in the flow of love fully is an inside job. All the women that I talk to, the circles that I sit in, the stories that I listen to, and my own story, what I have found that a lot of the core issue of anything that is out of alignment in one's life, particularly within my own journey, is this sense of worth and worthiness. Am I worthy of love? Am I worthy of success? Am I worthy of all the abundance around me? And the answer wholeheartedly, unabridgedly is yes. Of course you are. Of course I am. We all are. And there is nothing you need to do. The fact that you exist means you are worthy of all that life has to offer. Love is certainly nothing that needs to be earned. Some of the hardest journeys into self-empowerment for me has been about really taking responsibility of being my own lover and being lovable to myself, because oftentimes in relationships, and any type of relationship, from childhood there is this feeling that we have to do something to be loved and to earn love. This share is all about how love is actually who we are. The core essence of our being, and the beingness is what allows us to really step into the beauty of who we are. The power of self-love is inexplicably, magnanimously, wonderfully empowering. Once you love you, nothing can hurt you. Nothing can impede your pathway. No person, place, or thing can break you, because love is an inside job. What do I mean by that? In my life experience, and in my romantic relationships in particular, which are the most expansive, in reflecting back to me the version of myself I am projecting out, and also within my relationship with my own children, my relationship with my parents, and indeed all relationships are mirrors onto ourselves. And the parts of ourselves that we like, that we recognize in others, it makes it easy to be around those people. But the parts of ourselves we recognize that we are not so comfortable with, then it makes that journey into harmonious relationships a little more difficult. But when you come to that realization that love is an inside job, everything that is being reflected is part of what moves inside of you, then there is this opportunity to move and change things, which is a very powerful, potent tool of transformation. What did I do to help myself? Okay. First of all, this is not an extensive, exhaustive list, a 10-step program into self-love. As I always say, it is an individual journey and path. There are many road stops along the way. There are wins and moments of total feeling of failure, and it's all okay. It's all part of the process. These are practices that I did that I found helpful, and they might be helpful for you as well. And again, if there's anything that is triggering for you, just sit with it, lean into it, journal, ask yourself questions. What is it really? The work that I do is about getting to that core wound, to that core experience, the root of it, and extracting the gold from there. So, How did I extract the gold for myself? Firstly, becoming a mother was the beginning of this journey into self-love, because what was being reflected back to me through the eyes of my newborn babes was this purity of love. And certainly you don't have to be a mother or father to experience this. Just being around children, they unconditionally love you. They are full of it. It just spills out of them. It was the realization of wanting to be the best version of myself, because everything I did, everything I said, every facial expression was being witnessed by my children. And it was such a confronting experience as well, because not only the good parts of me were amplified, but also my flaws. Thus began the inquiry. How can I teach self-worth and self-love and be an example for my daughter and sons if I'm not embodying that myself? One thing I noticed was how much I was outsourcing love. Because oftentimes what I was doing, and what many of us do, is seek out external validation through our relationships, through our partners. If they think we are beautiful, then we are beautiful. My partner says I'm lovable, then I must be lovable. If my partner looks at me with love eyes, then I must be loving. And it's all kind of external. But what happens when that partner is no longer there? When that feedback loop is no longer there? Am I no longer lovable or beautiful or worthy? These were the beginning of my questions and the process into insourcing love. I particularly remember after separation, that first Christmas alone with my kids, well, alone as in no longer partnered, what I decided to do, which was a materialistic act, but hey, it worked. I purchased this 24 Days of Christmas crystal gift pack for myself. It was very extravagant and something I would never usually do, because I am always giving to others and rarely giving to myself. So this was a challenge. Every single day from the first day of December leading up to Christmas, there was a little present just for me. I would open it and receive it and thank myself, and every day I would, go down with excitement, and sometimes the gift would be so cool and I'll think, oh, so-and-so would love that, and I'll re-gift it. And then there was this strong no. Every one of these 24 gifts is for you. And that was a little practice of accepting a gift from me to me. It was really powerful. And then other little things. Affirmations are always good. I had them on my mirror. I am worthy of love simply because I exist. I am lovable. I let love surprise me. I would say those and follow up with little actions. I would do one thing a week because that's all I could manage. Something that nourished me. I love going out for brunch and being in nature. So I would take myself out on these little dates and really allow myself to enjoy it and not rush through it and go, yes, I'm loving all the sensory aspects of this experience, how the food is plated up, the ambience of the cafe or restaurant, sitting in nature, my favorite spot, and being present rather than running through the to-do list. Another layer of just working out what is the self-care for me beyond, the kids are with their dad, so I can quickly have a bath. No, I can have a bath and go out and do things even when the kids are not with their dad. And set a boundary. This is mummy's time. This is mummy's meditation bath. Give mummy 30 minutes and I'll be back. They were little baby steps, little actions that followed up those affirmations and then became examples for my children of how to be loving to yourself, because they were witnessing me do that. And I got to that point that every morning when I would get ready, I would look at myself and see a little difference. My eyes were sparkling a bit brighter, just noticing me as though I am my own lover. And then began this daily ritual, which I still do, of this rampage of appreciation for myself. I would speak to myself as though in the third person, so I could hear my own name. And when I'm going through this rampage of appreciation, really like looking at myself, it felt awkward and silly to begin with, but now it's just wonderful, because when you start loving you and realizing that love is an inside job. I know all of my own secrets. I know all of my own flaws. I know everything I like and don't like. Nobody has to guess it. I don't even need to communicate it. I just give it back to myself from a place of unconditional love for myself. It has really expanded my feeling of worthiness. The byproduct of that is that when I allow and disallow certain experiences, I come from that place of, does this serve my self-love? And it's allowed me to be very discerning. You know, being in a situation that is draining of my energy, or being with a person who is sucking the life force out of me, is that serving my self-love? I know it sounds simple and obvious. However, when we don't love ourselves and are seeking external validation, we put up with a lot of crappy situations and people, because they might one day see who we are and see the potential of us and see we're a great person. But when that no longer is a necessary part of the feedback loop of, I am worthy of love simply because I exist, then you don't need people, places, or experiences or things to validate you. That is the power of self-love. That is love as an inside job. So that was a few practices I have done, and one major takeaway from love being an inside job is that when you love anything in your life, you protect it. You honor it, you value it, you really hold a deep regard for it. So bring that all back to you. If I love me and value me and respect me and see my worth, I don't need anyone else to see me, because I see me and that is enough. Becoming my own lover, it sounds funny. It's been a couple of years in the making. But I am at that point now that all I feel is joyfulness. I still slip up and have a bad day. I give myself a little hug, a little shrug, a little shake, and say to myself, you are worthy, Nazanin. This too shall pass. You are an amazing woman. And I go into this rampage of appreciation, and then it really shifts that funk that I might be in. So tell me, what is your self-love practice? I would love to hear from you. Expanding the tools, we all do different things. Figuring out what lights you up is a great micro action, because we can always do one thing for ourselves a week. Then you could make it every few days, or if you really are wanting to accelerate this process, a daily practice, a daily check-in, a daily what lights me up activity allows you to fall in love with you. Love is an inside job. You've got the reins and the power. You know exactly what you like and what you don't like. And if you don't know, it's a beautiful exploration. Thanks for listening, everyone. Reach out if you need support in this process. My joy is supporting others in transformation and healing. You can find me on my website, nazaninmarashian.com. I look forward to the next share, and I really appreciate your time. Sending you all so much love. This is Nazanin Marashian, Love and Heart Art.